Welcome back. It is 1575. We are halfway through this decade. In the last one, we had, where is she? Celestria age up into a teenager. We also had Luke age up into a toddler. And Nicholas and Damaris kind of reach an agreement about their relationship. And what else? I don't know. I can't really remember. Oh, Juliana got married. Where is she? She's over here. And she's pregnant. So this year we have Audrey and Evina Light, Humphrey Dubois, and Miles Hobart all becoming teenagers. We have Bennett Cruikshank in the adult category. So let's roll for our teens, no 7 or 13. We have 4 of them. The Queen, her sister, Humphrey, and whoever the last one was, Miles. Okay, and then we have 4 of them who are getting potentially married. Let's see. The Queen will get married and have 8 kids. Oh my gosh, the Light family is going strong. Audrey Light with 8 kids. How about Evina? No marriage kids for Evina. Humphrey? Yes, but no kids. Humphrey Dubois is a 0. That's a bummer. I'm pretty sure he's like the last Dubois. And then Miles, yes, with 9 kids. Miles Hobart with a 9. High number. Just move you all up here. This spreadsheet's looking kind of ugly, but that's okay. All right. Yeah. Now we have Bennett, who needs at least a 7. Which she did. Okay. So no one died, and only one person is not getting married, one person is not having babies. So we'll see where we go from there. I don't know if Townie's 55. Yep, we have Madison and Agnes becoming young adults. I believe that's... Did I not put them here? Madison Whitehead. Well, we have Agnes here. Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's hop into the game. So here we are working on our toddler skills for little Luke, and then I was thinking we should bring the kids club back, of course. So I want Genevieve and Gwendolyn to have, good relationships with the other kids, and she's on the table, of course. And actually, there's only 3 kids. So that's kind of a bummer, but and I believe, Joanna is our cousin, but actually, I think I might have been wrong about the Hobart. Like, maybe they were Nicholas's cousins, so their kids are not our cousins, right? So we're not, technically, we could start a romance with them. But anyway, so here we are having all the kids play together and have some time playing games and everything. And so I want them all to become friends. So I'm going to have Genevieve and Gwendolyn both become good friends, or not good friends, but like become friends with Eustace and Joanna. So that's what we're doing here. They are just having a good time. They're so cute. And so they are getting to know each other as well. And Eustace is a genius, and it turns out that Joanna is also a music lover, much like Gwendolyn, so that could be a fun friendship between the two of them. And as you saw there, we did just have Damaris's father call her, so we'll see about that in a little bit. But yeah, they're all going to get to know each other. They're all good kids. Like, we have a good child, a music lover, and then a genius and a music lover. And so everyone is a good kid. Hopefully no one, is mean to each other or anything. I think it'll be nice to have some childhood friends that are a bit drama free, especially as I get into, Celestria's drama starting this year. Now that she's a teenager, had her coming out ball that was kind of ruined, but anyway. So here we are, and we are going to just, again, continue to do that. And again, we do have Genevieve doing the social aspiration, although it's kind of hard, especially like when we have to do some of the aspirations with school, because I like turned off school, and I feel like that might be a mistake. I think that we could probably turn school back on, and so that the kids are always going to school, but then the teenagers can drop out if we don't want them to go. Maybe I should do that. I don't really know, but it feels kind of weird that the kids aren't going to school and therefore can't do some of the activities that would revolve around the kids being in school. So there is that. I should probably change that setting right now, honestly, to be 100, but I actually don't even remember where it is in the settings. So there is that, but that's okay. So anyway, we're just, again, the kids having a good time, being friends, enjoying each other's company. And I think that that is good. I think that's good. There we go. You guys are all set, and then we'll move on. So what we're going to do next, I'm just going to change her outfit. I am going to have Damaris actually go visit her family. So she, if you remember just now, she had a phone call from her father. Her family has always been pushing for her to have that boy, and she did. So she was very happy about that, and they were very happy about that as well. And so, everyone is very happy that Luke was born, and that, they have an heir to the earldom and everything. But she is going to come over here and talk with her father a bit. She's feeling good, but she hasn't been able to get pregnant so far after Luke has been born. And so her father's kind of like, you really should have a spare, kind of laying into her again about it, because he did give her a lot of grief when she didn't have a son yet. And she's like, okay, like, I know I'm trying to have a baby. It's not really happening. Like, I don't really know what to do here, because, what can you do? So she is focused on that and is just kind of having a hard time with getting pregnant. And so he's like, well, you know what? I handled it for you. I have, I've come up with a plan. And he says that he talked to a spellcaster and he got a fertility potion for her. So he got a fertility potion that she can take and that she can get pregnant with, and that they can, have the baby. So he is going to give that to her. Of course, I don't really have it, but just pretend that he gave it to her and that she's going to take it and she's going to try and get pregnant with Nicholas again. So we're going to actually do a try for a baby. And I know I said I wasn't going to do that in the case they had the whim, but I'm okay with doing it if it goes with the storyline. And I also think that, if we're going to use magic to have a child, that there will be consequences to that. Like, magic will have consequences by using it and all that stuff. So I think that, it'll definitely play into our story. So here we are. And we are going to have them try for a baby. There they go. She will be pregnant. Wouldn't it be funny if she had a girl? After all that, and then she has a girl. But yes, so there will be consequences to a magic baby being born. But anyway, okay, there also is a toddler skills that we're working on for Luke. He just needs to get to level 3 of potty, and then he's all done. And then also, I'm so sorry. So you know how we keep having fires? So we're gonna have another fire, and I keep ignoring the fires because nothing ever happens. Just the house catches fire a bit. I replace some stuff, and I've gotten desensitized to the fire situation, and so because of that, I didn't realize what was really happening down there. I feel like I just became like so complacent that fires weren't killing my Sims. And then I get downstairs and who's on fire? Both Molly and Florence are on fire and dying. They're dead. They're dead. They just died. Like, how did that even happen? And now the firefighters aren't putting the fire out, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, I cannot believe that this is happening. My Florence, I love Florence. Florence, and then Molly, who had all those wonderful sons. Probably, we're jealous of Molly. She had a lot of sons. But like, oh my gosh. Right? Oh my gosh. By the time I even knew there was a fire and got downstairs, they were both dead. Like, oh, and then Juliana's having her baby. What a life, huh? Okay, Juliana's having her baby right now, and the baby does survive. It's a boy. We're naming him Gilbert. And I just, at least there's one good thing that happened on this day in the Sims universe. My house is still on fire. Oh my gosh, it's just wild. Wild, wild, wild. So Yeah. My house is on fire. And 2 of my Sims just died. And I didn't even know that that was happening until it was too late. So I'm really bummed, actually. I'm really, a bit heartbroken about that. It's not just neighborhood stories that's taking me out here. So yeah, we're gonna have some deaths now, and I'm just going to. Florence is gonna get a place here. I feel like she should. Molly, not so much, but Florence, yes. So anyway, yeah, Molly would be married with her family and her husband's family, not with our family. But Florence was a Larkin still at the end. Um, so yeah, that was kind of surprising and traumatizing. And I guess I shouldn't take fires lightly anymore because I've just been ignoring them this whole time. And what you gonna do? So yes, next it is going to be a holiday. Which holiday? I kind of forget, to be completely honest with you. I think it's like, is it All Hallows again? I'll have to see. It's going to happen in like 2 seconds. But yeah, so there's going to be a holiday, so we'll have some holiday stuff going on. Yep, eating for 2. Damaris is eating for 2. She is now pregnant. She's very happy to be pregnant. She feels like the potion worked, and she's feeling good. Yeah, it's All Hallows. We're going to make a grand meal. We're all going to mourn poor Florence, who just died and didn't deserve this. But we're going to mourn her. And then we're going to be thankful for our family, and we're going to be very happy about our family. I love that Gwen, who's an artsy person, is just spilling paint all over the floor. But yeah, so everyone is going to be thankful for each other and be happy for each other. The twins are BFFs, by the way. Oh my gosh, not Richard or one of the children, I can't really tell who that is, coming over and mourning because his wife just died. His poor wife. Oh my gosh. And she gave him they have so many sons. They have like all sons. Like, hold on, let me figure out their family tree really quick. They have so many sons. Where is she? They are like, I don't know how to get up to. I'll have to type this in. Richard Hobart. Yeah, they have 4 sons, all of whom are alive and well. It's just like wild. So anyway, for the holiday celebration, we are going to have Damaris actually invite over Randolph here. So Randolph is one of our townies, and she's going to invite him over. And nobody really knows about this except for her. She's inviting him over, and she's going to kind of, invite him in for their holiday celebration and everything. And she calls over Celestria and Nicholas, and they're all just, spending some time together chatting. And Nicholas and Celestria do not know why he's here. I mean, hello, it's a holiday and you came here. And Damaris basically starts kind of trying to matchmake between Randolph and Celestria. And keep in mind, Randolph is older. He's at least 15 years older than her. So like Nicholas is like, wait a second, what is happening? And so like he's confused, and he's like, Randolph leaves after, making their acquaintance and everything, and he's like, Damaris, what's the deal here? And she's like, well, Celestria has to find a husband, and I am her mother, so I am helping her, as is my duty as the female figure in her life. And Nicholas is like, what? Like, what are you talking about? She hasn't even like really met everyone yet. Like, she hasn't had a chance to fall in love with someone, and blah blah blah. And Damaris is like, oh come on, like, you of all people should know that doesn't matter. Like, I'm just trying to find her a good match. She needs to get out of the house. She's a grown woman now. Like, Damaris really wants to shove Celestria out. She thinks that, she's in the way, and she would much rather fill the house with her own sons, so she's trying to get rid of them. And so Nicholas was kind of he actually did argue with Damaris a bit. I had them argue about the whole thing, because I feel like he would be like, no, come on, like, that's not cool. But Damaris is just not going to listen to him, and she's going to basically drag Celestria out on a date with Randolph. So we're gonna have a hangout, and we're gonna invite them, and basically, have Celestria sit there while she tries to get her and Randolph together. And Celestria is not happy about this. She really doesn't like Damaris. They're enemies. So she's going to argue back in front of Randolph. Randolph's like, can I just get a drink? I like really could use one. But like, yeah, so they're just arguing at the dinner table, and she's like, I don't want to marry him. And Randolph's like, oh, ouch. But like, Damaris is like, you'll just marry who I pick for you. You need to get out of my house, blah, blah, blah. And Celestria just kind of like runs off and is like, forget this. I'm not staying here. And Damaris is like, oh, don't worry. Like, I'm sure she'll be very agreeable. Like, she's just mad because she's acting out. She's, a teenager. She's acting out. And so Celestria comes back to the table. She's crying. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for her. And Randolph is like, I don't know if I want to be part of this drama. But yeah, so Damaris really wants to move Celestria out of the house. She wants to get rid of her, and she knows the way to do that is to marry her off. So she's just kind of trying to force that to happen. So there is that. And yeah, so that is how this event is going. She is going to go not behind Nicholas's back, but like Nicholas said no, and Damaris is like, well, okay, you said that, but I'm not going to listen to you. And I think that that's a big part of why Celestria feels like that Nicholas doesn't have her back. She really feels like Nicholas is not a protector to her. Like, yeah, he takes care of her, financial needs. He gives her a place to stay. He gives her a life, but like, she doesn't feel like he's there to protect her emotionally or anything. Like, yes, he said, hey, no, but like, Damaris is really the one in charge here, and so she is really forcing the situation. So yeah, we are going to then head home, and we are going to go see how things are back at home, even though, I feel like, and Celestria is not going to complain to Nicholas, right? She's not going to complain because she feels like there's nothing that he's going to do to help her out of the situation. So she is sad, and she is having a hard time. And we're really almost done with the toddler skills. But yeah, so it's just tough. And so now I'm going to check on some birthdays, and actually something really interesting happened when I was doing that. So first off, let me tell you the birthdays. We have Audrey Light, Avina Light, Humphrey Dubois, and Miles Hobart all becoming teenagers. We have Madison Whitehead and Agnes Brigg becoming young adults. Unfortunately, Molly Hobart and Florence Orkin passed away, and then Gilbert Whitehead was born and became an infant. So when I was looking at Madison, because I was like, okay, Madison, where are you? You're not in the club. And so I went and I got her, and then I was like, oh, I have to go to the Whitehead family house anyway because, I already did their makeovers because I saw them as teenagers last time. So I was like, I guess I'll just do makeovers for them now. But yeah, so I'm looking at the Whitehead family, and I'm looking at Madison, and I'm like, are you pregnant? She's pregnant. She's not married. She's pregnant. So we were going to go to the Whitehead family house anyway. That was hard to say. We were going to go there anyway, so because we have to age up Gilbert. So I'm like, okay, I got to figure out whose baby is this? What's the deal? And as it turns out, this is Hughie Brigg's baby. Hughie Brigg, who is the person who Juliana was going to initially marry. So that's really interesting that, like, Juliana married into this family, and now Madison is pregnant with Hughie's baby. So I'm like, okay, well, obviously him and Madison have to get married. And I think that part of that is because on Neighborhood Stories, I have move out, move in as disabled. And I have that because I don't want my Sims to leave the world. But I guess maybe it would have moved them in together if, I don't know. But anyway, so now Madison Whitehead just became Countess Madison Brigg. So good for her. Neighborhood Story. I love Neighborhood Stories doing its thing. I just love that. I think that is so fun. So I'm really glad that happened. So I think that we're in good shape here, and I am going to fix the family tree a bit, and then we will wrap it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I'm excited. I am also really looking forward to Celestria's story and like moving forward with her stuff. So I think that it'll be really interesting. And yeah, so I love that Neighborhood Stories is doing this. So that is going to be great. And I will catch you in the next one.